Hey, what's going on, YouTube peeps? Eric Trader Fish Keeping here, doing a live video, my first live video. Let's see who gets online. If anybody can get online. 3 people are on here. Hello, guys. Let's see who gets here online. Two people. Yes, sir. Let's see who's getting online. What's up, YouTube peeps? We're going to talk about a little bit of what's been going on in the fish room. Just you guys can see in the back, I got a 125 gallon, and we're also going to talk about the death of my arowana and the death of my pink-tailed Chalceus that I recently had gotten. I had gotten the Chalceus behind me, and another Chalceus. And while I was cleaning the filter, I took the filter. I guess you could call it a cover for the filter. And while I was cleaning it, and I was under the fish stand trying to fix the filter because it had some air in the system, I didn't notice that one of the fish, the pink-tailed Chalceus, had gotten sucked in, and that's why the filter was acting up. So I went to sleep, and I woke up like 8 in the morning and went to PetSmart and bought a Fluvo FX4 because I thought my 774B was going out. So currently, that's what we have in the tank. I did record an unboxing and an installation video. It's not a how-to, but it's just a video of me installing it and modifications that I had to do to the aquarium cover, glass cover that the aquarium came with. I'm gonna upload that, and the pink-tailed Chalceus, like I said, it got sucked up on the filter, and the arowana. I had the lid on the aquarium, but somehow the arowana jumped out, and by the time I found him, he was dried up, and I tried to put him in some water to see if he was going to. I tried to put him in some water to see if he was going to survive, but he jumped out. The lid was open a tiny bit because of the filter that I had, the Sunsun 74B. So what I did was cut a hole so I could put the intake tube through the hole, so we wouldn't have any more fish jumping. But It was kind of too late because the arowana was dead, but the pink-tailed Chalceus do jump out. So I did it also for the pink-tailed Chalceus, so they don't jump out. It happens a lot. The arowanas do hit their head on the glass, even if they don't jump out of the tank. They do jump and hit their head on the glass several times if they get spooked or scared, and sometimes they get injured or break their backs, or they just die because they hit their head so much in the glass. That's one of the reasons I don't really recommend you guys get an arowana unless you guys know you guys are going to have the space to house the arowana. You guys need a lot of water, a lot of gallons of water. We're talking about more than a 300 gallon, and I know a lot of people don't want to have a 300 gallon fish tank in your house, or it's very expensive to have a 300 gallon fish tank in your home. Is very expensive. It's very heavy. You would need several people to move it if you were to move to another state or to another home. And it's just not something easy to do. 300 gallons is not 300 gallon fish tank is not easy to have, and it's not easy to have an arowana, to move the arowana, to make sure the fish doesn't stress if you move it to another state or another home, or you ship it out. So having a red-tailed catfish or an arowana, I really don't recommend it unless you have a pond, or unless you live in a state where you can have a pond and the temperatures are adequate for a red-tailed catfish or an arowana. We're talking like Florida, maybe Georgia, but most states don't have that weather for tropical fish. The only state that I really know that has that weather for tropical fish would be like South Florida. That type of weather, you have a pond with no heaters, and I believe your fish will survive in that type of weather. In South Florida, they have found arowanas and pacus and different species that are tropical fish. Peacock bass have been there in South Florida for I believe since the 80s. They brought them as a fish for the bass fishing, for the sport. So yeah, I really don't recommend it. I know I have, like, for example, the red-tailed catfish and the arowana, but I really don't recommend it. It's a bit of a headache. From my experience, it's a bit of a headache if you don't have the money. And sometimes you buy the fish and you say, I'm going to buy a 300 gallon in the future. I'm going to build a pond. But throughout those years that the fish grow, you just don't know what's going to happen in your life. And sometimes it's not fair for the fish to live in a 75 gallon or 125 gallon all its life, when they need more. They need more space. They need more oxygen. And I don't think it's fair. It's like you living in a small room that has the kitchen, your room, the bathroom, and all in one room. And personally, I wouldn't like it to be crammed up in a room, or basically you're crammed up in a fish tank, and all they do is basically like go in a square, because the fish tank is basically like a square. And I think over time, if you keep a fish for so long in a fish tank, they do get traumatized, and it could cause some diseases or anything if they get stressed. It has happened that I saw on the Ohio Wildlife Rescue that they had a pacu in a 125 gallon fish tank, but the pacu couldn't even turn around. The pacu only stayed in the fish tank on one side. He couldn't turn at all. So the pacu had been on that 125 gallon for like 20 years. And the Ohio Fish Rescue on Ohio went and rescued that pacu. I think it's one of their most viewed video on their channel. It has like 1 million views. And yeah, it's not easy to keep monster fish. Lobster Lab says, buy another arowana. Well, today I went to several stores, like 4 or 5 stores, and I called around, and no one has an arowana. I bought my arowana from Petco for $49, but other stores are wanting to sell their arowanas for like $100 or something like that. And I think it's just a little too expensive comparing to like Petco prices. From $50 to $100, that is a $50 difference. So I think that's a big difference. And the ones that are selling them for $100, they're pretty small and they're very, very beat up. They look like they're going to die, and I don't want to spend $100 and fish gets sick or it dies. And at Petco, they're much bigger for $50, and they look very healthy. So that's why I was looking in Petco. But I called several stores, and a lot of them don't have it. And if they do have it, if it's like 12 inches or it has grown to like 12 inches, they sell for $200 or $250. And at that point, I could just save up and buy like an albino arowana or something like that. But we're going to keep looking for an arowana here locally. It's not something that I'm going to be looking for like every day or anything like that. If it comes up, it comes up. But I'm not in a rush to get an arowana anymore. I do like the fish, but I have a lot of plans for this tank, and the arowana just wouldn't fit in those plans. I currently have the Chalceus. I wanted to get like 2 more Chalceus, so I can have 3 Chalceus, so I can have like a little school of the pink-tailed Chalceus. And I also got behind me, I got this is a bluegill or a crappie. I have a platy, and I have a red-eyed tetra and 2 red terror cichlids. And the plan is to have a female and a male red terror cichlids on this 125 gallon, or I might just buy a 180 gallon, and that will be their permanent home. I've always wanted a red terror pair and like 180 gallons, so I think that's what is going to happen. That's going to be a fish that I'm going to keep until it dies. I'm not going to exchange it or sell it or give it away or anything like that. And the pink-tailed Chalceus, I bought them because it's a fish that I've never had. And the pink-tailed Chalceus, if you look for the African tigerfish when they're young, they look very alike. The pink-tailed Chalceus looks a lot like a African tigerfish. There's several species, but if you guys look for a African tigerfish, it looks a lot like the pink-tailed Chalceus with the tail and the body and everything. It looks a lot like it. The only difference with the Chalceus and the African tigerfish is that the African tigerfish has a lot of teeth that you can see very clearly. And these pink-tailed Chalceus, I believe they grow very small teeth, but you can't really see them. It's kind of like sandpaper for them to grasp onto like crickets or insects, because I believe they eat insects and stuff like that. And I got it for that reason, because they look like tigerfish, and I do like tigerfish, and I could buy a tigerfish, but they also grow very, 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 very fast. And I believe, I'm not entirely sure, but they grow to be a very big fish. And it also reminds me of a golden mahseer, an Indian golden mahseer, I believe that's what it's called. And I think it's a pretty cool fish. I believe they grow anywhere from 8 to 12 inches. And they look really nice. They're very active. They're pretty fast. They eat very aggressively. And I have this hose because I'm filling up a tub with water. I'm going to go turn that off real quick before it spills. Okay, I shut that off. But yeah, let me see. Yeah, I bought the arowana at Petco for $49. Shout out to Lobster Lab, one of my friends in the aquarium community down in Texas. Check out his channel. It's in Spanish, but he has a lot of good information on breeding crawfish, like electric blue crawfish. Some of I believe the orange Mexican crawfish. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what kind of crawfish he has, but I know he has some electric blue ones, some orange ones, and some of his videos have like 15,000 views or 25,000 views on how to breed them and grow them and stuff like that. Pretty cool. He also has some discus, some bettas, and what else does he have? Oh, he just recently bought an arowana. He also has a African cichlid tank with some from Chalceus and some sunshine peacock cichlids. And he has some other African cichlids, but check out his channel. Pretty cool channel. But to his answer, Petco doesn't really sell any arowanas or anything like that. But that particular Petco always carries them, and they carry a lot of catfish and a lot of arowanas. It's very rare, but it does happen. Actually, one of the guys that commented here, David from the blog Los Peces, is also another guy that lives not too far from me that also has a channel. You guys should go check it out. He talks a lot about discus. It is also in Spanish. So I don't know if he has any subtitles or anything like that, but pretty cool dude. But one thing I was going to say, you can when you go to Petco, you can actually ask them to see their list of fish that you could order. David from the blog Dos Peces sometimes buys discus from Petco, even though they don't have them on display. Sometimes some Petcos do have a list where you can order from, and they can order the fish for you. I would recommend if you were to go to Petco and you were wanting to order a fish that you don't see in the store, to go to a Petco that is big. The Petcos that can make you those type of orders are Petcos that are big and that sell a lot of fish. As a Petco that is small and don't sell a lot of fish, don't have that option to order different types of fish or anything like that because they just don't sell them. So that's my recommendation for Lobster Lab. But yeah, guys, go check out Blog Dos Peces channel. Go check out Lobster Lab channel. And not many people got online for some reason. Only 4 people. But I also have a channel in Spanish called La Vida es Mejor en el Agua, which is also about fish, but it's in Spanish if you guys ever want to check it out. If there's any Spanish-speaking people in my freshwater fish keeping channel, but that's gonna be all for this video, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe, leave me a like, share this video if you guys enjoyed spending some time with me. Make sure you guys like, ask me any question in the comments. Like I said, I am going to be uploading the unboxing video of the Blue Boy FX4. And yeah, the unboxing of the Blue Boy FX4 and the unboxing, just the unboxing of the Blue Boy FX4 and the installation of the Blue Boy FX4. But before I go, Lobster Lab, are you still there or you left? Let's see if Lobster Lab answers or you left already. Yeah, I think Lobster Lab, he left already. But that will be all for this video, guys. I'm going to cut the live now and be ready for those, for those videos for the unboxing and the installation of the Fugo FX4. We already have it running here, and it has been working pretty good. Got the water cleaned up really fast. But that's going to be all for this video, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe and like, leave a comment, and peace.